This video is to help you figure out what to teach to your case study. If your case study represents the type of student that you might teach in the DOE, then those topics have already been figured out for you through the Department of Education's Hiccups 3 site. And Hiccups 3 represents the Hawaii Content Performance Standards that they want all the students to demonstrate in K-12 classes. This is being replaced by the Common Core Standards, which is representing standards that are going to be consistent across the nation. The challenge for you is to sift through all of those standards and benchmarks and figure out which ones are the most important to teach. So you'll do essentially what folks that are not going into the DOE will do, is to list all the different possible topics for a specific subject that you would like to teach, either academic or non-academic, and then go through the steps to see which one you really want to teach, and then how to make that one topic into a viable learning object which can be measured for the learning of your case study. So let's go through the steps of how to do this. The first thing you should do is determine, if it's an academic subject, the specific grade level, and figure out with your case study what you would like to teach. Now you can do both academic or non-academic, depending on the interest and what your professional goals are. So for example, you could choose 4th grade science, 2nd grade English, 9th grade math, how to throw a baseball, cooking Italian food, speaking Japanese, or so on. Once you've chosen a subject, academic or non-academic, you'll want to tell us what the standard is and a learning objective, which is called a benchmark. So if you decide that you're going to do an academic subject, you'd go to Hiccups 3, and then you would choose only one standard and benchmark. And I ask you only to teach one, or choose one, because each benchmark will require a separate assessment. If you choose a lot of benchmarks, that means you have to assess each one, which is a lot of work. If we keep it very simple, then you'll be a lot more focused and you won't have to do as much work. If no standard or benchmark exists because you're not doing a DOE academic subject, you'll have to create your own. So I suggest making sure you watch this video. There will be a link there on how to decide on a standard benchmark using something called the 40-40-40 rule and how to make that measurable. You can decide a little more in depth how to choose a benchmark by reading some information in the text about guidelines for using instructional objective. You'll be using these instructor resources from the video. You can surf the internet for the Hiccups 3 site, and then also I suggest that you review some of the student examples to see what this looks like. And we have here 2 academic subjects, a counselor, nurse, and a non-academics on sailing. Step 3, you'll want to double check that your benchmark has a measurable action verb. So you're going to watch a video in step 2 to ensure that you have a measurable action verb, and I hope you've already done that. And then you're going to place the standard and benchmark into a DOE standards-based lesson plan template and only fill out sections A and B. So review those examples which you just saw to see how to do that. Then you'll need to explain your rationale why you chose that benchmark. One thing that's important is don't say you're teaching it because you like it. You want to say why it's so important for you to teach, whether you like it or not. Then don't submit the assignment in step 5. Keep it in a safe place, and we're going to combine it with your assessment and instruction so that we'll build the whole lesson plan, and then you'll turn that part in. All right. That's all.